What up, world? J-Lip Pro Show. We back at it. It's your boy J-Lip. Steve Harvey's Think Like a Man. Just saw it this afternoon. Had to do a review. Good movie, solid film. It's great to see a non-Tyler Perry film with an all-black cast. I will say that first and foremost. No disrespect to Tyler Perry, but I'm sick of that, pain, anguish, triumph, bullshit formula that he been using for the past decade. He's had a monopoly on black films and, all black cast. He's had a monopoly on that industry, I feel like, and it's good to see, somebody else have a chance to do something different. Now, in the same breath, I will say it wasn't that much different, but it was different enough that I could respect it. And what I mean by that is, there was basically your setup. We got a bunch of dudes that had their vices. You got your mama's boy, one's a player, the other one can't commit, blah, blah, blah. And then you got the females that's dealing with the issues. They read this book. They be like, oh, okay, this is how I bag the dude that is going to get me what I want in life. This is how I change him. So they go by these little rules that Steve Harvey set up. The cast is mad in the movie. They're like, oh, how he just going to give up the secrets of the game, blah, blah, blah. And they flip the script, start using those rules against them, start doing exactly what the women want them to do, almost like the Mel Gibson film or the remake of What Women Want that came out in the early 2000s. It's similar to that premise of, if I know what the woman wants, if I know what she's trying to accomplish, I can bridge the gap by giving her that without really being genuine, and I still coop the benefits, basically. So, all-star cast, a lot of star appearances. Your Kelly Rowlands, your nephew Tommy, Lunel, Bruce. I mean, a lot of love shown to fellow comedians. You could definitely tell. But definitely with the script, it was well written. It was well rounded, I guess you would say. It all came full circle. Surprising part about it is, though, it's a movie about telling females, this is how you get your current male or the male that you're pursuing or pursuing you to act in a manner of which pleases you. If he's a mama's boy, this is how you get him to not be. If he's afraid of commitment, this is how you get him to not be. But ultimately, at the end of the movie, when everybody comes full circle, it's not even needed. The book is almost like non-necessary. It's irrelevant because once the dudes find out what the women want, they lie. And they lie from the beginning, point blank. But that's just a natural thing with men and women, how they interact. If a woman says, I want A, and you are pursuing that woman, then you are going to try to be A if you really want to be with her. Even though you may be a B type. That may not be your lane, but you typically will see dudes putting forth not a front necessarily, not even a facade, but really it's just not genuine. And a lot of the dudes in the movie, they started off lying. One girl, Taraji P. Henson, she's the successful COO of some Fortune 500 company, young black woman doing it. And she's like, I want the same equivalent. She's not really talking about settling for anything less. So the dude that really wants to get at her, Michael Ealy, he's got to be that. He's got to put that front up. So he faking it like he making it, but he really not. And everything good until he get caught. Now what you do? Now you got caught, you lying. Now you got to make up for it, blah, blah, blah. It's got the very, very standard, streamlined, this is what would happen in extreme situations. And I think that that's good for most audiences. This is supposed to be a crossover movie. It's not supposed to be just only black people support it. But I think that this is the only way for us to bridge the gap from the 10-year monopoly that Tyler Perry has had on black films. This is the only way. If we go out and support this movie, it's the only way to set that tone and be voiced with that opinion of, I'm tired of it, like that for color girl shit, that precious. I don't see all these molestation, rapes, and abortion, all that bullshit. I don't want to see that shit. I go to the movies. Like, I want to go to the movies and enjoy myself. I'm tired of that pain and anguish, and we did it. No, you didn't do it. You suffered, and you just alive. That's the only thing you have. You alive, but that's neither here nor there. That's another episode. Right now, celebrate the fact Steve Harvey did his damn thing. Good cast. Wasn't the best movie. It could have used, they didn't have a true cinematic camera if you really want to be technical with it. The frames per second wasn't, what you would see on, other popular films, but it was still a good movie and good storyline, good cast. It was a good movie. I give it a solid B. That's J-Lip. Think like a man. B, go see it. Enjoy. Oh, by the way, a lot of making out in this movie. I'm talking about Eddie Murphy boomerang, tonguing down Halle Berry straight up, tongues wrapped up. Like the makeout scenes was to compensate for the lack of actual sex scenes. So keep in mind if you're going to see that with friends, as I did, and you just seeing nothing but just 5 minutes of tongue just slide busting, yeah, you need to be aware of that. But that's just a heads up. Meanwhile, go ahead, see it. J-Lip, stamp of approval, solid B. J-Lip Pro Show. We out.
Get yours. I got mine.
Think like a man.
You better get that out of here, little man. You all right?
Put his balls on my head. Okay.